Decommissioned national intelligence projects often remain fully classified for decades, and sometimes indefinitely. This is done to prevent enemy nations from deciphering what you know, what you don't know, what technology you may have developed to further your intelligence collection efforts, and to protect personnel who may have been involved. Every bit of intel leaked or intentionally released is a piece of the larger puzzle. This is why classification levels and need to know exist. Even your own assets should know as little as possible about projects and missions. If the existence of a project is declassified, it is a truly rare event when the totality of the information about the project is made public. Most often, much of the data remains classified, and the agency heavily redacts the documents released to the public, typically to the point where they become almost entirely unreadable. A Cold War project named Acoustic was partially declassified in 2001, and, despite those pesky redactions, enough information was released to allow us some insight into the program and into the minds of those sick buggers at the Central Intelligence Agency. Launched by the CIA's Directorate of Science and Technology in the early 1960s, Acoustic Kitty's objective was to take domestic house cats and develop them into master spies. Okay, I'm being hyperbolic. The goal was to use cats as listening devices, so the CIA could eavesdrop on sensitive conversations, most likely the conversations of Soviet diplomats. To the CIA, cats seemed ideal because they moved quietly in public space and would likely be ignored because no one screws with street cats. Those little pricks will kill you. Anyone who has ever had a pet cat already knows why such a project was destined for failure. There's a reason the idiom, "it's like herding cats," exists. Cats are famously stubborn, almost completely untrainable, and, if we're being honest, they're assholes. Today, if you wanted an eavesdropping cat to go stand near a target, you'd call Boston Dynamics and ask them to create a realistic robotic cat. You wouldn't call Tesla, obviously. The damn thing would take 3 steps and fall over. To achieve a fully wired cat, the CIA technicians performed surgery on the test subjects. They installed a microphone in the cat's ear, a tiny radio transmitter near the base of its skull, and wove an antenna into the fur of its tail. All of this could transmit to the CIA receivers in real time. Of course, in the 1960s, we didn't have the miniaturized tech of today. I wouldn't be half surprised if the end product looked like a boombox with fur. Despite the technical work, the main obstacle was behavior. Cats, true to form, did exactly what cats do. They wandered off, got distracted, and refused to follow precise paths. Repeated attempts to train or control the cat ran into practical limits, and the project became prohibitively complicated and expensive. According to insiders, when CIA operatives tried a test release near a park outside the Soviet embassy in Washington, D.C., the cat wandered into the street and was struck by a taxi. This is mentioned in a document the CIA declassified in 2001 known as Views on Trained Cats. A former agent states, "They slit the cat open, put batteries in him, wired him up. The tail was used as an antenna. They made a monstrosity. They tested him and tested him. They found he would walk off the job when he got hungry, so they put another wire in to override that. Finally, they're ready. They took it out to a park bench and said, 'Listen to those 2 guys. Don't listen to anything else. Not the birds, no cat or dog. Just those 2 guys.' They put him out of the van, and a taxi comes and runs him over. There they were, sitting in the van with all those dials, and the cat was dead." Another former agent refuted the account of the cat being run over, but his claim to the contrary wasn't found in the official documentation. Acoustic Kitty was abandoned in 1967, after having spent between $10 to $20 million on mutilating cats and slowly deducing what any grandmother knitting with a cat on her lap could have told them. Cats don't work for you. You work for them.